Sunday cake football cannot be done without Stevie is the GM of the day. Stevie, come on in here, man. Sup?
Ronbo, what's going on, everybody?
Stevie, man, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be the draft of drafts. I got a feeling it's going to be the mother of all drafts. Why? Because all kinds of things, and you know because you made your draft, all kinds of things have changed since 2017.
Yeah.
We don't be going to the draft with like 19 picks, and we got 29 holes, and so we got to make the best of what we can do every year. Brick by brick has been going on. Now, Stevie, you got to be really good now because... strategy is like, especially we're talking about a Super Bowl team. Strategy now has got to be real. Stevie, I know you go keep it real because you know what you're doing. Stevie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Well, Stevie, floor is yours, babe. Go right at it.
All right. So now I know the number one need that a lot of people say we need, and we do, is receiver. That's hands down. But by knowing that, other teams know that as well. So
yes.
That's going to be one of our problems because we're not in the top 10. We're in the top 15, but not in the top 10. So I know everybody, it's going to be the run of the quarterbacks, running a D line, one D lineman, maybe a cornerback, especially offensive lineman. So the receivers might fall to us. But due to the fact of teams can trade back with receiver needed teams like the Eagles and the Broncos. Those are two teams right there. And maybe even the Vikings might sneak up there just to replace Stephon Diggs. There might be a sneaky team, not saying they will just because they have Adam Thielen, but those two, Eagles.
I just found out about the Broncos about 2-3 hours ago, actually. I didn't even know they was.
That's been circling around for me personally, from what I've known, for about a week and a half. They want somebody on the opposite side of court Sutton because, of course, Emmanuel Sanders came to us. Now he's with the Saints. So those are receiver needy teams, and I feel like they will do whatever they have to do to jump in front of us to get the receiver. And I feel like, because I don't think we don't have all the picks in the draft for us to trade up just so we could get that one receiver, because we don't have picks in the second, third, or fourth round. So that's the only. If we did, we would have traded up and got the receiver we needed, no question, no problem. But we don't have those assets. We have assets to do it, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So in this mock draft that I have right here, the receivers are going to be going. Ruggs, Judy, and Lamb are all going to be gone by the time 13 hit. Will it happen in draft? I don't know, but in this draft, it is, just because of those teams jumping up in front of us and trade to get those other players. But Ronbo, it's all right though. I got a plan. It's all right. And this person here has better stats than all three of those receivers in this year. And this receiver, better stats than all of them. And he's the most underrated receiver in this draft, to me personally.
Yeah. All right.
And this draft I got is trading back with the Dolphins from 13 to 18, and they're giving us their second round pick and their fourth round pick.
Right.
So with pick number 18, we're going to get Justin Jefferson. And I feel like he's at that time because all those big name receivers were already taken from the teams that needed him, like the Eagles and the Broncos. And maybe even the Jets or the Raiders might get him too as well. So, we got all that going on. But Justin Jefferson is one of the most underrated receivers in this draft. One, he's bigger than all CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, and Henry Ruggs. He's taller than all three. He weighs more than all three. He's 6'3", 202 pounds. And Ronbo, this man he ran a 4.43, so he's faster than Jerry Jeudy. He's faster than CeeDee Lamb. Everybody knows he's not faster than Henry Ruggs. We're not going to even get into that. Nobody really is.
Ain't nobody.
Right. So he's 6'3" and 202 pounds. Ronbo, this man had 111 receptions for 18 touchdowns and over 1,500 yards receiving. That's more than all three of those receivers had this year, and he played in the SEC. And he was the number one receiver on that team. And that's the crazy part. And then a lot of people say, well, he plays in the slot a lot. Okay, in our offense, you play in the slot and you play on the outside. He has proven he played on the outside. He played on the outside as a sophomore.
Yep.
And had over 500 yards. Yeah, he has versatility to play both.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to go over the middle. He will catch the ball over. Like I said, he's played in the SEC. One of the best defenses you'll see all year long, year in and year out. Every game you're gonna play. Exactly.
Stevie
Goodbye, man.
Jefferson.
You will be home.
Jefferson's from what school?
LSU.
Oh, hey,
He went to LSU, and he was
isn't
number one
Jamar
receiver.
Chase? Chase is from
Yep.
LSU, isn't he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Chase
No
was
wonder.
a sophomore.
God,
Yeah, and Chase was on the sophomore. Yeah.
Whew.
And one thing about it, but LSU always produces good receivers in the league. Good DBs and good receivers. They always come out. They don't have to be all Pro Bowlers, but they're all good. Everybody know all the recent Pro Bowlers of Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. But then you had guys like Ruben Randall. You had guys like DJ Chark, who was, remember, we wanted him a couple years ago with the 4.3
all that
speed.
Yeah.
We wanted them. They always have good receivers coming out the draft. They are coached very well. So that's who I would get as a pick 18 with the trade with the Dolphins. So now we get, may not be the popular name, might not be the star-studded receiver, but he produced more in a harder conference. So
SEC?
That's my pick with that. The SEC, you can't get no better than that. But Ronbo, 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns with 111 receptions, and you're primarily playing through the slot and on the outside on occasion. That's a lot of production right there. You're going through the middle a lot, and he wins his one-on-one matchup.
And Chase is getting most of the time because Chase came up with dang near 2,000 yards. So LSU's offensive attack was just brutal.
And they played in a pro-style offense. That's the thing. A lot of it was shotgun, but it was pro-style shotgun because he's not the offensive coordinator for them. Is now the OC for the Panthers. But he came up under the Saints, under Sean Payton. So he brought that offense over to them, and you see how he translated into the collegiate league. So he understands pro concept. He understands leverages. He understands how to win his matchup. And he's big enough. He's 6'3". He's a bigger Kendrick Bourne for us and faster.
There you go. People be crying about AJ Green. You're talking about 6'3"? Okay.
6'3", 202 pounds. He's not little. He might be a little thin, but 200 pounds. He might put on maybe 6 or 7 pounds, getting 210 range.
He can put on a little bit.
But he could put a little bit, but that's what the league is going to do to you. It's going to make you put on a little bit of weight. So that's my pick for number 18.
All right.
So now to the next one. I believe everybody's going to know we're going to trade out of 31 because we don't have all the draft assets. Now, yes, in my draft, I just would say we got a second round and a fourth round, but I feel like we're going to trade again. And with that trade, we're going to trade with the Houston Texans. And with the Houston Texans, we're going to get their second round pick and their third round pick in this year's draft. So now we have a first, 2 seconds.
Stevie, let me hold you up right there. I forgot to mention. If you have any questions for Stevie, you can call in too. But if you have any questions, hashtag Q. Put that question down there. We run it at Stevie.
Yeah, talk to me. All
right.
So with that trade, we get their second and their third round. So now we have a first, 2 seconds, a third, and a fourth for right now. So now with the second round pick, with this is what the Dolphins pick. This is pick number 39, which is high in the second round. Now this might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like he might be there. It's Cesar Ruiz out of Michigan. It might be a stretch because some of them have him going in the back end of the first round, early second round. But I feel like all that talent is going to get pushed down. He's going to get there with us at 39. It's a bit of a push, I understand, but I feel like he might be there at 39 for us. He's 6'3", 6'4", 305 pounds, and Ronbo. He ran a 5 flat, you could say, almost 5.8. You know what I'm saying? And it's 40, which is good. And Kyle likes his linemen with a lot of agility.
Athleticism, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He was rated as one of the top. First, he came out of high school as the number 1 rated center in all of high school in the country. You go to Michigan, you go in the pro system under Jim Harbaugh, so he understands gaps in zone run schemes. He understands great pass blocking, and he's actually very good as a center. And I know we signed Ben Garland back. I understand that, but I feel like we still need an upgrade over there because of Weston Richburg. He's been hurt every year since he's been with us.
Every year.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you he's getting hurt this year. Good God.
Yeah.
I guess
there's no telling. Exactly. And so that's going to hurt us. It's not going to have continuity between the linemen. You keep getting hurt all this time. And he was playing good. I'm not going to lie. He was playing good. Yeah. Because the year before we were crucifying him like that was the worst draft or worst free agent pick. Then he came back and did good. But then he gets hurt. Ben Garland, when he's healthy, he's good. Ben Garland stepped in pretty good for him, but we still need help in the interior. Because that killed us in the Super Bowl. Yes, we got Brunskill starting at right guard right now, which I actually like. I do like. But we need more competition. Everybody needs to work this year. Like, this is a Super Bowl roster. I want everybody to work. And this is one of the top interior linemen coming out in this draft. And we could get him in the second round to be our future center if we decide to get rid of Weston Richburg. And he could play guard as well and has the athleticism to play guard and center and be dominant in both. Because I really wanted Cushberry, but I feel like Cesar Ruiz is more agile than Cushberry, and he's already played in a pro-rated system that runs the zap and zone scheme with Jim Harbaugh. So and he's at the right weight, 6'3", 6'4", 305 pounds. Kyle doesn't like him too big, 330, like
Because
that
they can't move.
range. Yeah, exactly. That's what he likes, man. They're agile, so that fits us as our team. So that's my first of the second round picks. Now the second of the second round picks is one of my favorite picks in the draft. One, because I know him personally. This is my god brother. Two, he actually produced at Ohio State, and his name is Damon Arnett. So Ronbo, he was rated as a top 5 corner coming out this year in his draft. He ran kind of a slow 40 at the combine, a 4.56. But if you watch his game tape, not one receiver just blows by him. He went against Jalen Rager, the one from TCU, to run out. Supposedly supposed to run a 4.3, but the fast guy, step for step with him. You watch his game tape, he's an aggressive man corner, aggressive. And he doesn't just get beat. You're not just going to beat him. You're going to have to fight for everything. He brings the attitude that we need to the defense. He's very physical, and he plays the run very well. He plays the pass. He was one of the top man-to-man corners this year coming out.
Right.
Top man-to-man. His zone is actually good. Can his zone get better? Of course. But he was one of the top man-to-man corners this year. 6 foot. He just fits the profile that we need for a corner. And the best thing about it, their defensive system is the same exact as ours, because Jeff Hafley, who was our quarterback coach, I believe, last year before Joe Woods came, he brought that system over to Ohio State this year. And he was their defensive coordinator or co-defensive coordinator. But he brought the same exact system. So it's not like he's going to come in unfamiliar about what's going on, because they ran the same system. Verbiage may be different, yes. How we read things may be different, but he was under the same tutelage. Like, he understands what's going on when he's playing on the opposite side of the field. He played the opposite side of a great corner. They had, when he was there, you had Denzel Ward, you had Marshawn Lattimore, you had Jeff Okudah, Eli Apple. All those other people were on the opposite side of him, and he still showed up and he played all from freshman year to senior year. So he has plenty of experience. So he understands what's going on. He's a very smart football player. And this is probably one of my favorite picks in the draft. Maybe might be biased just because he's family to me, but at the same time, that's still a steal for us.
Still evaluating talent. So,
Yeah,
all right.
It's a steal for us. So that's my second of my second round picks. So now we covered O-line, interior O-line, we covered receiver, and we covered corner. So now my third round pick that we got from the Texans as well, which is pick 90, is we get our tight end that match up with George Kittle, which is Thaddeus Moss. Thaddeus Moss, he would have went higher in his draft had he ran his 40, but I believe he had to get surgery on his foot or whatever it may be, because he didn't run the 40 and he really didn't do drills at the combine. So that kind of pushed his stock down a little bit. And he's a great, no matter any game that you've seen him in this year, especially big games, he showed up. Big games, he showed up. He's catching everything. He's sideline catching. And one of the best things about him, he's a great run blocker. Well, I'm sorry, I won't say great, but he's a good run blocker. That's what we need. We just don't need an extra receiving threat. Our tight ends their job number one is to block. So you don't need just a receiving threat as a tight end. You need a blocking tight end. And Dwelly, he's good, but we could get better. And that's why I feel like that's what we're doing right now. We could get better.
I see Dwelly as the same way. Dwelly's good. He's okay. Nobody's knocking him, but you feel like you could do a little better, right? I agree.
Right. You can definitely do better, and I feel like we are with Thaddeus Moss. Look, everybody knows about his father. I'm not going to get into it, but that passes down.
As soon as you said Moss, first thing people say, what? What? Is he related to Randy? Yeah, he is.
That's his son. He has hands like his father. He catches everything. Watch the national championship game. Watch the blocks he do. Watch the catches he do. Watch the game against Alabama when Trayvon Diggs, who was a first-round rated corner, he caught the ball on the sideline, tiptoed in, 2 feet in. I mean, he had like an inch just there, but he caught the ball. That's the type of plays we need opposite of Kittle. So I feel like that would be one of our other steals we have in the third round. So now here comes another trade. Now we're going into the fourth round now. So we're trading Pettis. Everybody knows Pettis is probably going.
Everybody's trading Dante.
Yeah, we're trading Dante. He's going at this point because there's no purpose of having him with the receiver we're about to get now. Especially that we got Justin Jefferson. We don't know what's going on with Jalen Hurd yet, but we got Jalen Hurd, Trent Taylor coming back, other guys in that name. And we still got people sleep on Richie James. Richie James is actually a very good receiver in the slot as well. So, and he can play outside a little bit. So we have that. But this one here,
Stevie,
I'm sorry,
Stevie,
Robo.
I just want to ask you a question about Richie James. It seems
Mm-hmm.
people keep bringing it up all the time. Now, the first time I heard it, I said, okay, that's. People think that is Richie. You think he's having problem comprehending the playbook?
I don't think so. I think I actually I don't know. But because when he's in, he produces, Rumble. Like every time he's in, he makes plays.
Yeah, he
strange
does,
plays.
doesn't he?
Cardinals
It's usually
that got us back in the game.
Yeah.
But
nobody else
that's
is
when
making
Jimmy threw his
plays.
touchdown pass. Right. So
Mhm.
he could now kick return and punt return. I get a little aggravated with him because sometimes it seems like he's timid. He doesn't
Fair
take
catch.
his chances, but he'll fair catch a lot, or he'll catch it and just run for 2 yards and get tackled. But but then you got plays like he did against the Rams that got us back in the game. Once they scored on the kick return, brought it back up to the 10-yard line. So he has explode. Like he's very capable of doing good in the slot as a receiver or outside and being a good punt and kick return. But that's for the future. So maybe they give him an expanded role this year. Who knows? Hopefully they do, because we got to see what we're getting out of him. We can't just let him sit on the sideline all the time.
I agree. It's gonna be tough.
And
that competition in camp's gonna be tough, though.
That's what we need, Rumble. This is a Super Bowl caliber team. We need all the competition. We need dogs in every position. You got to fight for what you got. You got to fight. Every position has to fight. The only one that really doesn't is the tackles right now, and Jimmy. Other than that, everybody has to fight. And Juice too, but everybody has to fight. It doesn't matter. You got to fight. This is not a game like we were 10 minutes away from winning the Super Bowl, and now we have to have a crazy mindset this year. Revenge toward 2020. But back to the 4th round pick. So we're trading Pettis in our 5th round pick, pick 176 to the Lions. So we're gonna trade him to the Lions, let him go over there with Matt Patricia and let him do what he has to do over there, because I feel like they're trading Marvin Jones as well too. So they're gonna need some type of receiver over there. So you trade him over there for a 5th round pick, and we'll pick up their 4th round pick. We'll pick up pick 109, and with that pick, we're gonna pick up Duvernay from Texas. So I know everybody say we need that speed guy. We need that speed guy. Devin Duvernay is that speed guy. You watch his games, you watch his highlights. You catch him, he catches the ball. You're not catching. We don't have. He might not be Ruggs, but that we're fine with that. If we could get a 4-3 guy, he's 5. Well, how tall? He's 5'11". He's 200 pounds almost, so he's not a small guy really. 200 pounds, 5'11".
He's a 200. Duvernay weighs 200 pounds, and he can run
about that. He's built more like a running back more than a receiver.
Debo,
but
Debo like body.
Yeah. Hey, Debo like, but very very much faster. Very fast.
Does he run? Is he a 4-3 guy? Is Duvernay that fast?
Yeah, Duvernay's a 4-3 guy. Duvernay, I believe, if it's not 4-3, it's 4-4-1. So he's in the speed range for us to take the top off. For us, if you watch his game tape, nobody catches it. He catches the ball, he's out of there. Against LSU, he called a slant and took it to the house. Rumble, his stats were he had 106 receptions for 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. Just in 2019.
All right.
Yeah, that's a 1,000-yard receiver, 1,300-yard receiver with 9 touchdowns, and he's just doing. And they had other receivers. They had Tyler Johnson, not Tyler Johnson, but Colin Johnson, or Tyler, one of the name. They had another big receiver too as well. But at the same time, Rumble, that's still production. 1,300 yards with 9 touchdowns.
Yeah. Who's the quarterback?
Sam Ehlinger. He's actually a good quarterback. They took a step back this year. Last year they were good. They beat Georgia in the bowl game last year. This year they took a kind of a step back, but they were still a good team. They're still a good team. So that's who I speak. I would be in the 4th round, and also this next 4th round pick is actually another steal. A lot of people don't know about him, but a lot of people do. If you get what I'm saying, like people know about him, but people really just don't know. So with the second 4th round pick that we have from the Dolphins when we traded back in the 1st round, we get Jonathan Greenard out of Florida. Rumble, he's 6'3". And he runs. I believe he ran a 4.76. At the same time, I don't think he ran at the combine because his foot was hurt. But from a previous pro day, like a junior pro day that they had, or whatever school he was at, because he was at Louisville before he came to Florida, because he transferred from Louisville to Florida. But he's a relentless motor guy. Rumble, he had 9.5 sacks in the SEC. He had 9.5 sacks. Their defense don't look the same when he's not out there. When he's out there, he causes havoc no matter what. His sacks are 9.5, but he calls a lot more just because he has a relentless motor. He's 6'3", 260, so he's not a small guy. And he also plays the run very well. So we had our depth issues was very bad towards the end of the season with our D line.
We diminished the whole group.
We diminished. Exactly. So now we got guys like Blair coming back, and we got the dude from the Lions that had one of his best seasons under Cesar. We got him, but we still need another guy off the edge because Blair's coming back from an injury. The other dude from the Lions,
Julian Taylor too. I'm really worried about that. Yeah.
Julian Taylor, Rumble. That's why I feel like we can afford to let Butner go. If Julian Taylor comes back healthy, I feel like this is his year of prime right here. He's better than Solomon Thomas, and we got him in the 7th. Rumble, watch Julian Taylor.
Solomon T. Oh, don't get me started on Solomon T.
He's nothing but a backup, Rumble. He is nothing but a backup. That's all he is. Like, he comes in, he makes his little plays, but that's rotation. You don't get picked 3rd overall to be a rotational player. That was a wasted pick. That was just a pick because you felt similar to him, but it's too late now. We can't think about it too much because he's on the team. He's been on it for 3 years, but I don't think he's going to ever step up to where he needs to be. If you can't figure out in year 3 and year 4, I know they say Eric Austin didn't figure out. Eric Arnett was hurt. Solomon Thomas is not hurt and still a rotational player to people who were 7th round draft pick. Now, better than him. We have a great rotation with Julian Taylor, and then when DJ Jones come back as well, Rumble, that DJ Jones is a beast. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm starting him. I see DJ starting and having a fantastic year. That boy was coming on last part of the year.
And if you can put Julian Taylor in right after him when he get tired, you're not missing a beat. Julian Taylor stepped up when he needed to step up in certain games. If he didn't get hurt, well, we actually would never had to get all these extra D linemen because he was very good. Sometimes I thought it was not Arnett, but Butner making the tackles. They all wear the white long sleeve. I guess that's their thing. But they all look the same.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Especially when they're moving as fast as they move. Stevie, hold on a second.
Right.
Guys, I see a lot of statements being made to be great questions. Put a Q to it. Put a Q. Let me ask Stevie.
Talk to me.
Adrian said, hi, you got about 3 or 4 statements. I said, put a Q to it, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, and then so that's our second 4th round pick. And now we're going on to our 5th round pick where I feel we get another steal at a D lineman. And his name is Khalil Davis. Rumble. Khalil Davis is just a DJ Jones 2.0. But I feel like he's a little faster. Khalil Jones.
I got to see this because Jones can move that big.
Rumble, I'm 4'7" at 300 pounds and you're 6'2"? And you're 6'2" and you're 315 pounds? And you had 8 sacks? 4.75.
I'm impressed.
And you had 8 sacks in the Big Ten. Big Ten got some good O-linemen. They always have good O-linemen. You had 8 sacks. He did good in East-West Shrine Bowl game. I know he had problems at first with his playing time because he didn't know what ideal weight he wanted to be. He was a 3-4 defensive end, but he was 290, and he was getting bullied. But once he jumped up to a 4-3 inside tackle over the nose or in tackle, he became a beast. 8 sacks. Rumble, 8 sacks in the Big Ten. That's good. No matter where you at, whatever.
8 sacks is 8 sacks. But Stevie, it's so funny because you mentioned that, and that applies to so many players that people a lot of times don't understand. They're not in a scheme that fits them. A lot of people think that Eric Armstead's last year's success was all due to playing next to the Forrest Buckner. No, that was not it. It was Kasurik's system that triggered most of what you saw. But go ahead.
Right. And that's a steal of a coach that we got. That was a steal in his own. Enhanced our D-lines to where we couldn't even think of. And so in my last pick in this draft, because I feel like the 7th round pick we're going to get, I feel like we're going to trade that off with a player like Marquise Goodwin, who they had rumors saying he's going to the Cowboys.
No.
More that's going around. So, and we got to play the Cowboys this year too. So I don't know if we want to trade him to them. So he can.
Because he's all pumped up now. Anxieties are gone. Ain't no Olympics. Marquise can focus on football. I don't want to play against him. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Oh, no, don't have it. Yeah.
Been in the system a little bit too long, even though Kyle switches it up every time. But look at the Atlanta game. They knew everything what we were doing. Like, they knew everything Kyle was going to throw at them, even though their defense wasn't as good as any other defense that we played that year. But they knew everything that we were going to throw at them. So that's why I don't know what's going on with that, but I think we might package one of them 7th-round picks because we don't need every pick this year in this draft, even though I do have 8. But even though these are for the future because we're going to have to let people go. we're going to have to because we can't keep everybody. So this is just for the future, added on depth that becomes starters sooner or later. But for my last pick in the draft, which is the 6th round pick that we have, I got us taking running back Darrington Evans out of Appalachian State. Appalachian State always produces players. I don't know why, but they always produce players. They're not one of the biggest.
At least 1 or 2 standouts, right? It's amazing.
Yeah,
Every year, at least
I think we
1 or
got
2
two of them
standouts.
on the team. We got 2. I know for a fact it's Ronald Blair. I'm not too sure if Nick Mullins went there. I'm not too sure.
No, Mullins went to Brett Favre's alma mater, Mississippi. Where Brett?
No, was it Appalachian State? I'm not too sure.
No,
I'm not too sure, but I know.
Brett Favre did go to Appalachian State. Didn't he go to Ole Miss?
No. He didn't go to Ole Miss. Nick Mullins went he was at a small school.
No, Mullins and Favre are from the same school, which is why Favre was giving him kudos that year that he got in and did a good job. But they're definitely from the same school.
Yeah,
Mullins actually broke all of Favre's records, which is kept kind of quiet. But yeah, anyway.
Right. But yeah, anyway, so
Southern
I
Miss,
got us. There we go. It was Southern Miss. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I know it was because they got the same color, so they kind of threw me off. But yeah, we getting Darrington Evans. He had 2,000-yard seasons in his career. He had his junior, I believe his either junior, senior, or sophomore, junior year, one of the two. He had 2,000-yard seasons. That's very productive. Very productive. I believe he had 18 touchdowns. I believe he had 18 touchdowns. But he's like a Jeffrey Wilson, but faster. He's 5'11", 200, but he ran a 4.41 Rumble. Some say he might run a 4.39, but he ran a 4.41. And he catches well at the backfield. I know for a fact he had 5 touchdowns receiving this year. So that brings in another competition at running back.
Okay, Stevie, you're talking about bringing in competition then, huh? Because I'm wondering, can any of the running backs we got, and I heard of another one mentioned from a small school recently that's just really got Bobby Turner going nuts. What?
Trey Mentor?
Yeah.
That was the name. No, he's good. He's like that running, but I feel like he should go before we pick him because we don't need a running back, but just to bring in competition, just in case we can let some go, later on, because we just need competition everywhere, Rumble.
All right, because
but by the way, I know some people say why haven't I gotten an old tackle, like an offensive tackle, for Joe Staley's replacement in my draft?
That's one of the things I'm not seeing mentioned, actually. But go ahead.
Oh, so I don't get it because we have Coleman and we have School. School was just a rookie last year, but he held his own when needed be. Now, sometimes he had to get taken out the game just, because it was too much for him, and Brunskill had to come in. But that, so say in my draft, we have Cesar Ruiz. He could step in the right guard and say Joe Staley is having a rough day, and then, Coleman is not in again, and we have School and we have Brunskill. Brunskill served well as a left tackle. He did his job. Jimmy G was Pettis. So we have assets for this 2020 season. Now 2021, if they want to get one, so be it. But right now in this 2020 season, I feel like we're fine because Coleman was the backup last year. Coleman just got hurt
and broke his leg in preseason. I thought I was going to pass out. We just got
School came in. School is okay. It was just a rookie. It was just his rookie season. Yeah. He wasn't going to have the season, but he did pretty well. So that makes us look bright for the future.
It does. Because you know what, Stevie? I got a feeling School was just about the pro set and speed. Because that dude, it was in the SEC all this years and did not get abused. How do you play in the SEC and not get abused of all them dogs they got in the SEC rushing? Right. And School held it back.
So I have a little faith in him. He just got to bulk up a little bit more and get into the league, get into the field of the league, of the NFL. It might have overwhelmed him sometimes when guys like Thaddeus Smith, but Thaddeus Smith is an all-pro. So, that's why we had to replace him in the game. But guess who replaced him and did good against Thaddeus Smith? Brandon Brunskill, or just whatever, Brunskill. So that's my draft, but I feel like I covered some holes that we do need, or that we need to take care of for the future. I was thinking a lot for the future because we already have a Super Bowl caliber roster, and we brought back 95% of the team. Yeah, we brought back at least about 95% of the team.
About 90, yeah. Because we're talking, we lost 2 players, right?
Yeah, 2 big players. Now, I'm not going to lie, 2 big players.
They were high impact, but percentages-wise, most of the guys are back.
Right. So
let me run that draft down real quick, Stevie. We'll get into questions here. First round pick at 18. Oh, yeah, because it's trade down.
You trade
Justin
down.
Jefferson's coming to San Francisco from LSU, the production house for wide receivers and cornerbacks. All right. Second round pick at number 39 is center Cesar Ruiz, Michigan. Big, bad, fast. And second round pick 40, cornerback Damon Arnett, Ohio State, which has produced how many premier DBs? Well, I tell you what, some schools kill me with having, their specialties are certain positions, you know? LSU and Ohio State, when it comes to DBs, if you get a DB from either one of them schools, you probably did yourself a favor. Then he goes on with third round pick, tight end, Thaddeus, high pedigree, Moss, LSU. And this is going to be interesting to see what happens to Thaddeus Moss because Thaddeus is, he's getting picked late. I wonder, because the 49ers need a tight end. Contrary to popular belief that Dwelly is fine, Dwelly is okay. He's not going to hurt you. But it'd be nice to have a guy a little higher in talent. Thaddeus is probably that guy. All right, now here comes a trade, Pettis. Lord, please, can we just can we make this happen? All right?
I feel like
Pettis had a fifth pick, 176 to Lions for their number 109. We don't care what we guys get. Can we just get something and let Dante go somewhere else and be soft? Trade fourth round pick, 109, wide receiver to replace Mrs. Pettis' baby boy. He is Devin Duvernay out of Texas. And I like that already. Fourth round pick, the other fourth round pick, 141. Linebacker Jonathan Greenard. And Greenard's out of Florida. Stevie knows him well. Gee, Stevie, this is your guy, ain't it?
Yeah, this my guy. This my guy. I like him. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a steal. Whoever gets him, hopefully it's us.
All right. We moved to the fifth round pick. 156, defensive tackle Khalil Davis, Nebraska. It's a school of tradition as far as football goes, not basketball. It's about the football team. He's probably got good breeding. And sixth round pick, final pick, 210, running back Darrington Evans, Appalachian State, which keeps on producing a guy here, a guy there. It's amazing. So we're going to go ahead. Hey, here's the thing, Stevie. I saw this. I'm going to get to the individual questions here, but I saw this rolling up and down the board a lot here. Are you concerned with DeForest Buckner's absence? Now, you mentioned some names. Maybe you might want to run through that again. Now, is Buckner somebody you need to target, or are we going to be fine with replacing him with what we have, or pick up a couple of guys? What do you think of that?
I feel like we're going to be fine. Is he a big loss? Yes. That's no question. He was a captain on the defense. That was a big loss for us, but I feel like we have the locker room to get past that. Players understand this is a business. Players understand players need to get paid, and they want to do that. But we have capable players behind him. Will they put up the production as him? Hopefully. That's what we're hoping for. That's why we draft guys like the Julian Taylors, and I'm not counting Solomon Thomas, but we got guys like Ronald Blair. You guys that could fill in and play that role, that could step up to be captains. All these players are not going to be here forever, so you got to have players that's going to step up. But I feel like we can replace them. It's tough, but I feel like we can replace them.
I agree. And, the thing is, you got to keep bringing in talent because, some of these guys, they should have saw in advance, and I think they did, Stevie. You talk about bringing in players like Julian Taylor
Right.
to some degree. You figure the 49ers saw something like this coming. And if you're going to be in that business, you need to be able to have the wherewithal to plan for the future like that. Buckner asked for $21 million.
We have Chris Gibbons. I didn't even mention his name. Chris Gibbons is going to be one of the sleepers.
I love that dude.
Gibbons is going to be one of the sleepers. I forgot completely about him, but that's another guy. That's another guy we can get, that we have. So,
because mainly they just need somebody. Because Buckner took up last year. Mostly Buckner created violence, and he drew blocks. Because I wasn't really impressed with the Buckner of last year as I was the year before, right? So, but I did notice that a lot of defenses focused, or offensive lines, they focused on him. But then again,
They did.
there were times when they stopped going after Buckner and try to stop that disaster coming off the other side by the name of Mrs. Bosa's baby boy, Nick. I seen 3 dudes on Nick more than once last year. I said, look at him. He's fighting them dudes like an animal. He's like a Wolverine out there. Nick is on the ground. The dudes are driving him into the dirt. Nick is still making plays. I said, good the mighty. So, it wasn't all about the offensive line.
We need D4 to get back to being that player. D4.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Now look, if you get D4 back healthy, it's over with. It is over with. But we gotta wait for that.
Now Slick prefers Claypool over Moss. Your feeling on that?
Which is understandable. I'm not gonna be mad, but I feel like he's gonna be going in the second. That's how I feel like, because that's what he ran. He's 6'3", 2 something, like what, over 210 and ran a 4.3. Yeah, he's gonna be going there early in the second. If not early second, late second. So, but that's not a bad pick to put him there. That's not a bad pick at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because he does look like he could be. And you bulk him up a little bit because you can tell he's cut like, man, the dude is cut and huge. I said, you know what?
Right.
You put about 10 more pounds on him. You got yourself a tight end with a lot of talent.
Hello.
Oh.
You do.
And pass rushers. You seem to address that. Let me get to your visual questions here. Ricky B says, who's the best cornerback for our defensive scheme in the draft? Whoa.
First is going to be C.J. Henderson. That's the first one, I believe. Even I feel like C.J. Henderson, Jeff Okudah he's good. Now he played in the same system. I go C.J. Henderson, Jeff Okudah, Damon Arnett. Those are my top 3 for our system. It could be more that you get on. I know you got a lot of people saying Lamar Jackson out of Nebraska. I believe that. Yeah, I think he went to Nebraska too. But you running a 4.76 or 4.65. Hey man, you want to get burnt in this league? Yeah. Like you're gonna get burnt. Yeah. Maybe not in the Big Ten, but in the NFL, yeah.
Yeah. That's a scary thing. Spy Nick Danger says, do we draft 2 wide receivers and 2 corners?
Well, I don't believe it's 2 corners. I believe 2 receivers, yes, but 2 corners, no, because we signed, or we would have if we didn't sign back Dante Johnson and Jason Verrett. And Jason Verrett. If we didn't sign those 2 back, I believe we would have took 2 corners. But since we didn't, and we're in the business of trading of receiver, maybe 2 of them, I believe we get 2 receivers right back.
See, what was the point of the 49ers signing Johnson? I mean, it's pretty much for
I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming so. I don't know why he keeps coming back to us. I don't know why, but he keeps coming back to us. Jason Verrett, I understand why they signed him back, to be honest, because now he's 1.5 years removed from his injury. Maybe he plays like how Sherman did, like this year when he's been 1.5, 2 years removed from his injury, maybe. But that game against Pittsburgh, he kind of blew it for me. Like, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's camp. Once camp comes.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying once camp comes, it's just we'll see who's going to win the battle. We'll see who's going to win. Because if that's the case, Keller might be out of there if he wins the battle.
I know, because that really worried me last year. I didn't expect that from Barrett, but he got smoked by Pittsburgh on 2 different plays. I says, good Lord. Right. He seems like he really is out of you know what? You can't even say not ready for prime time. He's completely out of the loop. He looked completely lost out there. And that kind of hurt a lot of us as fans. I was like, man, because we were like, oh, he got it. Everybody was like, oh, he's in there. And I mean, the first play, and he got beat by a rookie. It wasn't even a veteran team. It was by a rookie. All right. He was slow to react. First of all, the ball was snapped. It looked like he was caught sleeping. And then when you see the cornerback, when you see him from behind and the receiver out in front of him, it's over. So I hopefully I don't know. We'll see. Let me get to Sean says, do you think there's someone in the draft that can replace D Ford? He's very injury prone. People are really tired of D in that. Too injured to play consistently. Go ahead.
That's what I got Jonathan Greenard for. Because he you 9.5 sacks in the SEC. Relentless motor, and he plays the run very well. And he's a defense end. He's not. He could play. He could go inside, but that's not ideal. But as a speed rusher, he'll come off the edge with a relentless motor. He's not gonna just let you bypass him. Relentless motor. He could drop back in coverage if need be too as well.
Oh.
So I feel like that could be a replacement for D4. So that's why I say he's one of the steals that I like as well. So competition everywhere. If D4 got to go and we replace him with Greenard, we save more money on the cap room, and we're going to get a good pick back if we trade him. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, so funny. With D, I like your idea. Get somebody who can give D time off. I don't. D's got.
Maybe
he's got 15. Because what you think is, if Ronnie Blair is ready to play, and doesn't get, he could give, maybe he could give D enough rest. It's unfortunate though. We have to have a player with his talent that has to be given a rest. It's like you put a special chair over there, like a director chair with D's name on the back of it, because he's the star. But, he only plays sparingly. I said, D, God.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got a pass rusher that sounds legitimate, though. So,
yeah. Definitely. I like him. He's just only reason why he's going in the 4th round just because he was hurt towards the end of the season. He had a little ankle injury, but he still tried to come back in that game. So that lets you know he's ready. He's ready to play. Right.
Ankle injuries, is usually something they can get over. And it's D4.
Right. And he doesn't have an injury history like that. He doesn't have an injury history like that. But yeah.
All right. And Ricky B says, love the draft, but how are we paying all these players?
Well, you're going to have enough cap room for that. We have what, $13 million right now, I believe, and you only need 7.5 for the draft. So we have enough for the players, and we're not going to have 2 first-round picks that we have to pay big money to. A lot of them are going to be say under the new CBA. The players can't max out like that no more. They're under rookie contracts, so we have enough money for that. So we only have 1 first round, so that's about maybe he's going to be the top dollar, but after everybody else, and he's not going to be in the first round where he's top 10. He's going to be in the first round where he's making a decent amount of money, but in the rest, they're going to be okay. We're going to be okay under that. I know that. We're going to have enough for the draft.
All right. Because it's the funny thing about it is people were talking about that a few weeks ago. Well, I guess because we got so down low on the funds compared to what we have been. Now the issue does become first round, and that's why a lot of people said there's no way the 49ers take 2 first-round draft picks because now you're really draining your pocket. But from what you're saying from the CBA, it's not that serious.
We're traded players, too. We traded players that's on the contract, like maybe Matt Breida might get traded. That's a rumor that's going around. He may be traded. That's $3 million off the book. Then you got Dante Pettis. Maybe he's not getting like whole $3 million off the book, but he's getting $1 million or so off the book. So that's creating more cap space for Marquise Goodwin. That's like $4 million in itself. So that's making room for us. So that's why I know we're going to be over everybody. So.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. And Adrian Thaddeus, do we really need to add any additional defensive ends?
Well, yeah. Look at last season. We had to bring in Zettel. We had to bring in what that boy's name was?
DeMontre.
DeMontre's
Edge. DeMontre's Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you had he had a weird last name. It started with a Z that we all liked in the preseason, but then when it came to the regular season, he just disappeared, and we let him go. We released him. That's how we got. It started with a Z. It started with a V. Valawaga. There we go. Valawaga.
Yeah. So I was surprised at Valawaga. I expected more from him too, but he never really made any impact.
So that's 3 different ends right there. 3. So that lets you know because we gotta have extra edge because Ronnie Blair is hurt. We don't know how much he's gonna come back. We don't know what time. He's doing good in his progress, but an ACL tear takes a while to get back comfortable.
Yeah, so, he's and psychologically because you're gonna be scared.
Exactly. You gotta get back to you gotta get back to where you were.
Right. And Terrence Lewis says, with so many running backs on the roster, why not add another offensive lineman for depth?
I did. With Cesar Ruiz, interior-wise. Offensive tackle-wise, I don't feel like we're going to get another one until next year because we do have Coleman and Bronskill and School right there at tackle that can play. And even though Bronskill is slated to play guard, but maybe, like, say, in my draft, we get a guy like Cesar Ruiz that gives competition. So now you have a guy like Brunskill who can play backup tackle and guard, starting guard. So, and won't fall off in production. So that's why I feel like we don't really go too far as a tackles, but inside interior, yes. Yeah, that's what we got killed at in the Super Bowl.
I know, right? It was person all day long. And people
Yeah,
wonder why Jimmy.
but my thing is, why they didn't take him out? If Brunskill is a better, if you see him get killed,
Kyle for that.
this is Super Bowl. Yeah, this is Super Bowl. We have no time for that. We have no time for that. And we lost. Now I got to go through it. We got, as a fan base, we got to go through this every time. We lost the Super Bowl in 2012. Lost it this year. The NFC Championship game when the dude fumbled the punt. Like, Ronbo, we be going through it as a franchise. It's time for us to win now. I don't want just regular season. I want Super Bowls and playoffs. I want all those. I want those wins.
And especially for boneheaded mistakes. And Kyle, damn it, you see person on every snap. What's that dude from Kansas City?
Chris Jones.
Every play, he was right at Jimmy's face. And you think they'd make an adjustment.
Right.
And what everybody do? Blame Jimmy. Look at what's going on.
Oh. He was getting pressured all game. Because he don't know when it's going to be a blocking. He doesn't know when they're going to block good, or he doesn't know when the pressure's coming. Because it's been so inconsistent that whole game. Now, should we ran it? Yes, we should have ran it. But, that's in the past. Now, hopefully, Kyle learned from mistakes. That's 2 Super Bowls he lost. From Atlanta and for us. So even though defense gave up 21 in 6 minutes, but still you're supposed to help your defense out.
We should have scored more points and more time on the field. We shouldn't have been doing any 3 outs and one. Yeah,
you can't slow down Patrick Mahomes forever. We did a great job. You can't slow him down forever.
Yeah, you gotta have a 20-point lead going the last few minutes. Right. Darren Lewis also says, if Lamb, Judy, Ruggs, and Jefferson are gone, what other wide receiver would you look at early?
You said Jefferson gone too? I was just about to say
him. What to do now?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of good receivers in this draft, but a guy that I really like though too is Brian Edwards out of South Carolina. He was actually low key better than Debo's junior season. It was Debo's junior season. Brian Edwards is 6'3", 215 and running 4.49. So he's not a average guy. He's actually a real deal. He had better stats than Debo junior year. Debo senior year, he didn't have all the stats. Debo obviously took over, but he was the guy. And even this year, he was the guy. On the South Carolina, that's a sneaky team too. They always produce players in the NFL. College-wise, they'll be an okay team. They get a 7-8 win team, maybe 9-10. But they're coached up well because you got guys like Stephon Gilmore that come out of there, DJ Swearinger. You had Marshawn Lattimore, who was our running back until he was one of the better running backs in the draft until he blew out his knee.
Oh, I know. That was sad.
You got guys that come out of there and produce all the time. So that's another guy I would like.
What do you think about Mr. Mims? I mean, I keep thinking Mims.
Denzel Mims, ain't gonna lie, I like Denzel Mims. I do. You run a 4.3 and you're over 6'3", and you got a great catch radius. You did good, but it was the Big 12. But even against Georgia, when they went against them in the bowl game, he did good. So that was against SEC competition. But can you do that week in and week out? Now you do that against Big 12 DBs. I understand that. But you go in the SEC, where them boys gonna rough you up. You go, I wouldn't say Big 12 or Big 10, but even still, you go in a harder competition. Let's see how that comes out. But I feel like he's good too. He's good. 6'3", 4'3", 4'38", over 1,000. He's good.
And he claims to like to do the blue collar stuff too. He'll block. He'll do anything you ask him to with
That's good. That's good. But is he going to be a real factor, or he's just going to be a complimentary piece as a receiver?
True, because people are high on him right now, but conference-wise, he may not be. He needs to be thrown into that hot water to see what happens. Just
to see. Not saying he can't produce in it, just like the same thing we can say about CD Lamb. But CD Lamb did it against top competition in the big games, so that's why everybody can make the argument about CD Lamb being better.
Yeah. CD. There's so many arguments going on between is CD better than Judy? You get people you see social media, dudes are fighting tooth and nail, and I'll sit back there, man. Bring me Henry Ruggs, So it's hilarious.
They're all good receivers. They're all good receivers. So either one, any one of you get, I think this might want to be one of the best drafts for receivers. that we'll see in a long time. Maybe a lot of them will produce. So we'll see. We'll see.
There you go. All right. Big Show says Moss is a bit of a reach in round 3. He's projected 4th to 5th round. We've shown interest in tight ends like Hopkins, Bryant, Asasi. Better pass catchers, and Asias, is it Asias? That's Asias, I'm sorry, is a better blocker. You know, Asias is, that's UCLA's guy. Big, huge dude, right? Give an evaluation on Asias.
Well, Asias is good, but, you know, that UCLA guy, but he played on the Chip Kelly system. He's on the Chip Kelly system. I really don't like Chip Kelly's system.
I know.
So, but even though he may seem like a better blocker and a better catcher, but Thaddeus Moss played in the SEC. That you're going against dogs every day in that, and you're in the trenches. And he showed up in big games. That's my thing. He showed up in big games. That's my thing. We're not drafting him to start him. We're drafting him to be a complementary piece to George Kittle. That's all we need is a better complementary piece than
Ross
Dwelly. Now, Ross. Now Hunter Bryant, he's good, but I feel like he's more on the slender side where he's not going to block as well. We need our tight ends to block. Maybe the dual season might work out. I'm not gonna lie. Chip Kelly was in the league. His offense worked for a while, but people catch on to it. So who knows? You know. So because he's not doing that great at UCLA, like their team not doing all that great, you know. But we'll see. Maybe so. But I just personally feel like Moss is a better prospect than Asias. Maybe I'm wrong in the future. Who knows? But it's just for right now.
All right. Niner fan 03 would you take Harrison Bryant over at the? You just mentioned that Harris Bryant, didn't you? Yeah. If he's there in round 3, yeah, okay. Niner fan, he agrees with you. Then let me go down here. He says, wait, that's the same question. Let's see. Let's go down here. Adrian Sahai says, hey, we have talent, but these guys can't help us if they are hurt. You know, because the thing is, you can't predict who's going to get hurt. This is why when people say if a player's accident or injury prone or something like that, I always think, well, you know, this is a violent game. Everybody is susceptible to go down. I mean, you can't make your choices based on it. What do you think about that?
You can't hide from it. You're going to get hurt in this game. If you don't, that's just crazy. You just got a crazy luck streak. But everybody gets hurt in this game, no matter what. Everybody gets hurt. But I mean, you can't really predict an injury. Now, unless they have a super duper injury history where they're getting hurt every quarter or every game, that is always something wrong with them, then I understand it. But right,
Stevie,
I don't think a lot of players talk about really have an injury history that I know of. Like they get hurt, but a lot of them played and were productive and played over 30 starts. So, you know, not all of them,
but a lot of players play well even when they're hurt. George Kittle's like the definition of that. But you know what?
Man, still was good.
Yeah, I know. George, that's a different beast. Something else which your comment speaks to is the fact that you draft, even if you picked up a running back, which, you know, it makes sense because we came down. How many running backs did we end the season with?
Everybody was getting hurt at a point.
Yeah.
But my thing is, though, also, people got to understand Breida maybe getting traded. We still don't know about Jerry McKinnon to this day. We still don't know. Well, I know we have the 2 starters right now that we have are Mostert and Coleman. That's the 2 starters. We don't know about McKinnon yet. Hopefully he get it together. Breida more than likely is going to be the odd man out. You got Jeff Wilson, so technically you got 4, but you may be able to get rid of one of them if another one is better. It's nothing but competition. He's going to be if the one I got is in the 6th round. I'm not drafting one high. They got some of us saying we get Jonathan Taylor in the 2nd round. Why would we do that if we have a starter caliber in Mostert and Coleman? I just got a guy that's going to be bringing in competition later on, and he's in the 6th round to where we're not drafting so high. We're just bringing in a little bit more competition in the later rounds. So we always do good in the later rounds for some reason.
True. And high priority. Because if you look at the 49ers from the last 3 years, what you want a lot of is running backs. And now we find out maybe defensive linemen. Because
and then you can use someone. Say we get like the dude Darren Anderson and say he ended up being good. We can use Coleman as trade bait. And that's saving more money on the books. We could get a draft pick from him, or player for him, if that's the case.
True.
You know, say McKinnon come back healthy, and then we'll have 4 stable running backs. You know, so it's options you can play with.
The only running back that's not tradable, and I'm sure everybody agrees, is Mostert. You know, because now,
offer it.
Yeah, because McKinnon is not going to get you anything because nobody's going to trust you if you try to deal him.
Right.
So everybody beyond that is actually tradable. EMA. Oh, Callie Young. Any thoughts of selecting Marlon Davison or Ross Blacklock?
I ain't gonna lie. I gave good thought about it because they are good defensive line. I'm not gonna lie. They are a good defensive line, but I feel like they're gonna trust more of what we have in house already than getting one in the second round because you don't. I understand we're supposed to replace Butler, but I feel like we already have replacements already in you know, because Butler and Arnett were drafted to play the same position. So by letting go to Butler, you put Arnett. You could put Arnett in his spot, you know, and you could let Julian Taylor play his spot, or you could put Julian Taylor in Butler's spot and let Arnett stay where he is and keep developing him in that spot where he was at. Because our defensive line are interchangeable. Besides, you know, Nick Bosa can't play no nose tackle, but the interior, they can all rotate within that defensive end /3-4 technique, and maybe even 1. You know, so I feel as if we have the stable already there. By getting Ross Blacklock or the other dude, it's not gonna hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna hurt. Maybe we'll let go people. Well, like I said, we got people in house like Chris Gibbons. Maybe they give Solomon a shot, which I don't want, but maybe they give him a shot because they believe in him so much. And you got Julian Taylor. You got guys that can play there and still be productive.
Solomon.
Yeah, that's Solomon. I really do feel like he's gonna be, if he's not traded at this draft time, he's gonna get traded in the season where we're midway in the season because I don't feel like if you can't produce by now and have, you know, some of his sacks were just because the quarterback ran out of bounds and he touched him. Like not all of his sacks were just legit sacks. So it's just like, come on now.
Or he was running from somebody else and Solomon was waiting. You know, I tell you though, as hard as Solomon works, and here's the thing, actually, this argument is one I love the most too. It took Eric Armstead 4 years. Wait. Eric Armstead was doing work. He got hurt, okay, and was
that was
missing.
just that he was hurt. He wasn't on the field.
Right. And people translate that in their mind as Eric Armstead was a bust. And I said, wait a minute, I don't know if that's right. He didn't play, but with Eric Armstead's in there, you don't see a lot of people running up the gut on the 49ers and getting long gains. So he maybe not pass rushing yet. And he wasn't at that time. But don't run, Eric will get you. And last year,
just watch Solomon on the field. Just watch what he does. Sometimes he gets in there, maybe, you know, it's not consistent enough. That's what it is. His consistency is terrible. Yeah. He'll get a sack here one play, then next thing you know, where you at for the rest of the game? Oh yeah, you're on the bench, huh? Oh.
Yeah.
So just go over there.
And you know what that means, Stevie, because you play ball. If the coach pulls you out and your name doesn't get called, Thomas, get in there. If you don't hear that, you know, they pretty much decided they've given up on you, right? So, you know.
Right. You have pick overall to be a rotational player to players who are drafted well beneath you and years after you. You are terrible. I'm not going to sit here and say you suck because, you know what I'm saying, you know, you got family members out there, but you terrible.
Yeah, but you're getting beat. We got to move it right, I guess. Alice wants to know, okay, Marlon Davison or Kinlaw, if you were going to make a choice?
If I was going to make Kinlaw. You don't produce in the SEC for no reason. Yeah. That boy that is a huge human being right there. But
and he looks a little crazy. I mean, I've seen offensive
You want that? You want that?
Yeah.
You want that craziness. You don't want no Solomon Thomases. You don't need all that. You don't need all of them every time you get that.
You got to stay out of that conference. I mean, Armstead and Buckner are an exception, but that's not usually the norm.
Right.
Watching Kinlaw, just a brief tape I've seen, I've never seen offensive linemen rolling over. You know, you're knocking a man down is one time, but Kinlaw, dudes was like rolling over with the feet flying up in the air. I said, what kind of force does it take to throw a 300-plus man down to the ground and have him spinning on the dirt. That's special.
You want that, but he's good. He's good. Trust me. He's that. Yeah, kill all day over Davis.
Right. Adrian Siles was. I know Trey Adams from Washington was nicked up, but we could get a talented left tackle in later rounds to help the line. Your thoughts on that?
Well, like I said previously, I feel like we have the talent already in house. I feel like they'll address that need next year because I think they still want to see what Sean Coleman has to offer. We have, like I said, with Sean Coleman, Brunskill, School. People are asleep on School. School could probably come back and be that man for us. Like you said, you don't produce for no reason. You don't give up just one sack your whole SEC career for no reason. And he was at Vanderbilt.
And he's a senior. He went all 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has production over there. So would it hurt getting one in the later rounds? No, but I don't feel like we will because they're going to trust the house already.
All right. And by the way, some analysts are saying the 49ers already have Joe Staley's heir apparent in camp right now, and Brunskill, who did an excellent job last year in Joe's absence. So, he did an
excellent job when he went out for Mike Person. I didn't even know he was in there half the time when Mike Person was hurt because, people like, Mike Person hurt, I didn't notice that. He was in there and you didn't see a drop-off. And this is when Mike Person was playing at his best, and you didn't see a drop-off. And Brunskill, he's going to get better. And we got him for a cheap contract, too. We only probably won't even have to pay him that much even next year after his contract up this because he only have a 1 year tenure on him.
Because left tackle money is big bucks compared to what he's getting paid now. So the 49ers
we won't have to pay nobody especially if you got School doing good and then you got Brunskill that might be even better at the right guard.
And you got Coleman and Michael McGlinchey is fine. So the 49ers might not be good tackles at all.
They're not moving Mike McGlinchey. I think Mike McGlinchey is going to be that staple at the right side. Yeah.
Sean Bullard wants to know, why not trade for Jamal Adams before Cowgirls or Seahawks get him? I know. Well, go ahead.
If we can get him, if we trade for him, we can get him. Hell yeah. Then that means we have more versatility at the safety position. We'll have more because our safeties don't get picks, Ronbo. Our safeties don't get our DBs do, our cornerbacks do, but our safeties they make plays, but we need picks. We need turnovers. Just PBUs or something. We need more. We need more than what we're getting from the safety position. Now they're doing good. Ward and Tart are good, and they have a great relationship.
The childhood buddies. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a great relationship, but just give us some more turnovers, we'll be fine. Because we still people say we got to get another safety because we got to pay Tart next year. Well, you're gonna have to pay Jamal Adams too more money than Tart. You're gonna have to pay him more because his contract.
That's what I was gonna ask you. That's what I was gonna ask you. See, you got every other dude on the social media. We need to trade for OBJ. And what you gonna pay him? He ain't taking no food stamps. And then you get this guy. I said, man, how you gonna pay him? Adams is probably talking about his money now, right? So I don't know how you bring these people in.
He wants to get paid like a top premier safety in this league like he is. So that means he's wanting the big bucks. We still gotta pay Kittle. Later on, we gotta pay Warren. We gotta pay these guys. We gotta pay, and even if we want Tart back, because Tart is not bad. Tart is actually good. It's just we actually great, to be honest with you. He's well above average corner. Corner, but safety.
He's evolved.
I feel like and he went. You can see the drop off when he's not there. You see the drop off,
especially. And you mentioned that against the Saints. That was
Monster Harris. That was tough. That was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough, man.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Communication.
And Marcel Harris is not a bad player. He's not a bad player. He just need to work on his cover skills more. Then we'll have that replacement for Tart. We already have a replacement for Ward. Tavares Moore, and he got more interceptions than Ward this year. So we have the replacement at free safety. Just need we don't know what we're going to do at strong yet, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, it takes a while. Marcel Harris. Communication was a breakdown. As far as that goes anyway. So that was going to be a problem anyway. And against the Saints, that's the wrong time to put Marcel in that situation. That was scary.
Yeah.
Hey, D. Lunatic, thank you, family. Since we will see the Niners in the playoffs on our way to number 6, just like the good old days, be safe, strong. Is that a cowboy logo? Them boys. Guys, let me. Thanks, the lunatic, for the contribution, though. Boy, Mono says I'm in full trust of and excited about the draft. Is there any great expectations from DB coach Tony Oden? Is that our new DB coach? That's right. That's
that's the one. That's the one
buddy.
from Miami, right? That's the one from Miami.
Yeah.
That we
Is this
got.
guy short?
Miami had the most turnover. Miami had the most picks in the league. I think it was that. If not, I know. I don't think it was last year, but the year before last. And he was a DB coach. So right. I don't know, Ronbo. Joe Woods was good for us now. He was good, but
it was solid.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
Because the thing is, Keller Witherspoon doesn't so much need a coach as he does a psychiatrist. I don't know what is wrong with Keller. We saw him play some good brand of football at the beginning of the season. He went out for a while. He came back and he reverted back to his 2018 form out of nowhere.
Yeah, that I don't know how you do that. I personally don't know how you just fall off like that. But E-Man played better. E-Man was him. Ooh. E-Man is a solid number 2 corner. That's why I feel like he's gonna side. We don't need somebody opposite side of Richard Sherman. We need somebody to replace Richard Sherman. That's the difference that we have. We need to replace Richard Sherman. That's why I got my dude in the draft. You play the system. Rumble, I feel like we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be great. We're gonna be great because now I feel like John Lynch knows now we can't afford to get no Solomon Thomases anymore. We can't just have this personal relationship. Oh, well, because Rumble, he was a projected 2nd round pick in that draft.
In the first place.
All of a sudden you had a great it wasn't what bowl game, whatever bowl game you had against Mr. Trubisky. You had a great game against that. Now you the number 2 pick overall. No.
Mm-hmm. And now we find out Trubisky ain't all that either. So it makes sense, right?
That whole draft was just crazy. Kittle's the only reason that he got saved.
He's in the
Kittle's the only reason why he got saved that draft.
And I keep laughing about O.J. Howard.
Howard. I know you heard the rumors, right? About what we're trying to do tight end too. Evan Ingram. They said we were trying to talk to them about Evan Ingram. So I don't know. I know they're serious about adding another tight end. I know that. A receiving and blocking threat as well. Mm-hmm. I know they're serious about that. So
Ingram is not. He's a move tight end, and his specialty is. Well, you know what? That could take some pressure off of George too. But you do, like you say, you need a tough guy out there to beat people up. We running around time. Let's get you a couple more questions. Well, go ahead, address that.
No, I'll say that. I'll say that's what Chase Claypool is going to be like an Evan Ingram. He'll be like, he makes plays, but like now they look for trading him. He just got drafted 2 years ago, so now they're already looking to trade him and O.J. Howard. So they come a dime a dozen. You don't get a George Kittle every draft. So,
it'll be years before another George Kittle shows up. There's Gronk, there's Kittle. Exactly. You can name all the great tight ends in history. We had years ago our coach that just left us recently. Anyway, there's just not hundreds of tight ends like wide receivers that make a name like that. Right. Yeah. Terry Lewis wants to know, did you not draft a replacement for Buckner because you have faith in Thomas and Taylor? But you kind of addressed that. We should have asked that earlier. Let me go to another one.
Yeah, no, I don't have faith in Thomas, but Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. What are your thoughts on what Contavious Street will bring to the table this season? And that would impact anybody's draft. If you're thinking about all the guys already on the line, is Contavious ready to play ball now or what?
I don't know. I can't speak on that because that's 2 years in a row, Rumbo. 2, and when he was in there, it wasn't like he did anything.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you just get hurt. So it's just like, I can't even speak it because I don't know what's going to happen. We haven't seen enough. We haven't seen anything. And we can't call him a bust because he wasn't drafted in the early round. He was just a project we got him that early? No. But, I don't know what to say on him. Like, you could bench all the weight in the world, but what's he going to do in the game?
Contavious.
There's so many strong. Yeah, that like the Solomon Thomas, you could be built, stocky, and all that. But what are you going to do in the game? What you doing for me?
Skills. It's got to be combined with skills.
can't just like these are grown men too. You can't just push them out the way all the time. You got to have moves. You got to finesse. You got to do what you got to do. You got to be smart on your technique. You don't have you can be strong as hell, but if you don't have no technique, you can't do anything. Can't do anything.
This is why when he was working out with Aaron Donald last year, I guess it was just in the weight room. Aaron probably wasn't sharing no technique,
Yeah, or if he need to share everything he has and just give him 10%, and I'll be happy. Just share 10%. I'll be happy.
Stevie, here's the thing. Do you know somebody asked? I forget who was it. Buckner? I forget which player it was asked. So who's the fastest guy off this defensive line? And without hesitation, I think it was Buckner. Solomon Thomas. Really?
He could be fast, but he ain't doing that with it.
I know.
That pick pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to Ronbo. That pick pissed me off. The only positive that came out of that, we fleeced the Bears for that pick. That's the only positive that came out of that. But other than that pick was just terrible to me. I didn't want it, but it's too late now. We got to deal with it for another year.
We don't want to rag on Solomon too much, but you know what? I watched him climb up the board, and for some reason that year, Solomon Thomas, like you said, was a late first-round pick, early second, right? And after the last 2 or 3 weeks before the draft, he just kept moving up the draft poll. I mean, he was like Solomon Thomas with a bullet, moving up on the hit list to the number 1 position. I said, wait a minute, why is Solomon Thomas? This week he's at number 20, and next week he's at number 15? Whoa. Now
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, 10. Man, that was terrible. And I kept watching. I'm like, and they kept predicting the test. I'm like, why? I kept saying, I'm like, why?
They wouldn't take his name up.
And I said, we got Blair. I told him, I told the people around me, I said, we have Ronald Blair. Why do we need him? They are there.
Eric Armstead. Who's going to sit down?
Yeah, right. The better version. We don't need him. We could have got the Jamal Adams. Or we could have gotten McCaffrey. We could have been better in another position where we could have had an all-pro. But we got that. We got him.
Okay.
Yeah,
then we can do about it now. Yeah. We got him. He's going to have a breakout year, Stevie. This is Solomon T's year. Solomon!
I'll shut up once it happens. If it happens, I'm happy. I'm happy. But if it don't, oh well.
That's it. Mid-season trade. And I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody that's tired of me talking about Solomon Thomas, there's probably not that many, but anybody who is, I want you to know I will be the first one to apologize, and I will be all over Solomon T's support. If he does star this year, by mid-season, I will do my best to get a number. Did I go too far? I was going to get me a jersey, Solomon Thomas. Maybe I need a hush.
Oh, okay. Nope. Nope. I'm mad he got 94. That's just a special number.
I know, that's a famous number.
You put that shame right now. You can't do that.
Man, Charles Haley. Come on, Solomon. That number's not supposed to be worn by no wimp.
That's a legendary number right there.
I know. Anyway, Stevie. Hey, good stuff, Stevie. Appreciate your fam. I tell you what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and look forward to it because a lot of things are going to happen in the next few days because you talk about Marquise Goodwin, the 49ers are liable to do something crazy between now. We're going to read something where the 49ers have already traded out. People are going to pass out if the 49ers have already made a deal with whomever for pick 31. And we'll probably be delighted with that. But everybody's heart will be racing.
I think they have already. I think they have a deal already set, but they just see what player falls there first. Because you can't make it now. You make it there now, you can see a player that just happened to fall that don't need to fall like that. The dude from Louisville, like Beckham, the tackle, if he just happened to fall. Now, that's one dude I know if we draft him, I was a tackle, I'm not going to be mad. Like, I'm not – because you're getting a great value for him. But,
well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to teach him technique, though. Beckham doesn't – I know he doesn't finish, but he does knock a dude out for a second. And Stevie, him and DJ Jones get along great because Becton, one coach doesn't appreciate it. He says, dude loves to cook and eat more than he does play football. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hey, but that's good that you want your lineman like that. You want your lineman like that.
Yeah. Let him eat. I mean, he got, he's a big man. He's got to eat.
Right.
Stevie. Right. Stevie, we're out here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, fam. Look forward to talking to you. Thanks again, Stevie, for that draft. Slick.
All right, Ronbo. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all for listening, man.
Stevie, join me, man. I'm a 3, 2, 1. This holla out of here, man. 3, 2,
All right.
1. Niners!
Niners!
Yeah! Have a good night,
All right,
Stevie.
Ronbo. All right.
Oh, man.